You guys, good morning, and welcome to our second official, I don't know what this is, Tuesdays with Tara, we're calling it, second edition, second week in a row. And today I decided to just jump right in. Since it's our last 5 days of the month, that's when we do our launch for the T-shirt of the month club. So in case you ever wanted to know what exactly is the T-shirt of the month club, what is all about it, what it's for, what it does, what it's like, this is your big moment for all of your questions to be answered. So I want to back up the train just a little bit to explain to you a quick backstory on why we started the T-shirt of the month club. And so it was just about a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, when we realized we were headed into adopting our 2 kids. We already had 4 at home, so we were about to have 6 kids at home between the ages of 6 and 16. And if doctor appointments and dentist wasn't enough, and all the other things that come along with having 6 kids in that age at home, I kind of sort of knew the writing was on the wall. I already hadn't been able to keep my job straight up helping Tim in the office, and I had farmed out so many of my payroll and HR and all the things. And then when COVID hit, I literally fell off the pumpkin truck because it was home taking care of school and everything else with all the kids. So when I knew we were headed to adoption, I knew a normal job, a conventional job, was not going to be an option for me for the near future. So I had to find something that I could do. Staying home with kids all the time is not my thing. I love what I do and I love my kids, but I knew I needed something outside of that. I knew there was something that I had to keep going with. We were closing our doors to foster care and closing our doors to adoption, but we couldn't unsee what we had seen. So I was trying to figure out a way that we could help and still be a part of that culture and be a support and use what we had learned to make a difference. I didn't want to just turn away and pretend like everything was normal. We can't do that. And as overwhelming and challenging as it can be to try to pretend like that's not who we are, it wasn't going to happen for me. So I kept looking and searching and trying to find a way that I could do something and do what I love to do. And I didn't even know what that was anymore. Knowing I was going to need to be home or be available for my kids. And so I started by taking an online course, and one day it came to like this lesson on memberships and subscriptions, and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, we need to do a T-shirt of the month club. And I thought it was crazy, but I thought it was so fun at the same time to, I'm the kind of person that loves to have a T-shirt for every occasion. I don't even know why, but to me it's just like fun. It's family. It's like being a part of something. It's commemorating something, and that's what I loved about it. So I told myself that was what we wanted to do. And I started learning more about it, and we were headed on a trip to take the kids for a weekend to celebrate to Great Wolf Lodge, and I had brought a pencil and paper and literally sat down in the passenger seat. Tim's driving, all the kids are in the back of the transit, and in that couple hour drive, in minutes, I had sketched out the designs for the next year. Like, I had them all in my head. It just all came to me, and I just started sketching, and then the verses that went with it and the thoughts that I had about it, and I thought, oh my gosh, this could actually be something. Let me try it. I need to do this. I need to see if this is going to do something. And so that's how it was born. We hired a VA really quick, and I gave her the only fun money I had to design a part on the website in the store that was the membership, and she made it look really pretty for me. And we just sent out an email and said, does anybody want to be a part? And we got people signing up. I couldn't believe it. I mean, I didn't know. My mom and my sister were like the first ones, and a couple good friends that we had here. And I just had tears in my eyes when I'm getting these notifications that people are signing up. The next month we had friends from Pennsylvania joining us, and they are still with us a year later. The next month we got more and more people, and it was like from New York to Pennsylvania to Florida. And the list just kept growing. And every month we would just do a launch, like the last 5 days, because I didn't want to talk about it all the time, be like, hey, you want to join my club all the time. I didn't want to get people bored or overwhelmed or think like that was the only purpose. But the whole point was, if we did this club, we would be able to bring people in, and we would be able to provide a way, like, find our people, first of all, who wants to help us grow this thing. We need to grow, consider the fields, the actual store, but our greater purpose is our nonprofit Project Hope, and that's going to be the literal home and the program that serves women who need substance abuse and recovery in a faith-based long-term home with their kids. And if their kids are not with them, then our goal is going to be to get those kids safely back with them and keep on continuing their care until they're safe, until they're ready, until they're here. And our exit program actually even belongs on these 100 acres that we're looking at buying anyways. So within that first year, we were able to pay for all the legal fees, all the attorney fees, all the website, just from these people from the T-shirt of the Month Club. It's like I don't make any money on it or anything right now. My hope is to be able to pay people. We're going to be hiring people even this year. I'm literally calculating how many hours it takes me to do the T-shirts, the designs, the packing, the shipping every month. And then as we launch into more things to sell in the store, to put a person in the place to do it so I don't have to be here all the time. And then designing it all and handing it off. My hope is the women in the program are eventually going to be designing your shirts, and they're going to be the ones, putting outfits together for you and things like that. And so we're like this close in some ways, and then we're like this close in other ways. So that's how it all started. And when you become a part of that, when you join the club, that's literally what it's fueling, is growing this. Really ruined my Facebook Live, you guys. Sorry about that. Tuesdays we talk because she's at work and I'm at work, and it's the only time we're uninterrupted. So Brenna, could you please just get on the live and give me a minute and let me finish my shenanigans, and then we'll talk later after? She should be getting my notifications that I'm live, but maybe I'll have to talk to her about that later. So all that to say, that's what the club is a part of, and that's what we're doing, and that's what we're using to fuel our vision, our hope, and our nonprofit, literally Project Hope. So we're adding more items to the store. It's not just about the club, but today, since we're in the middle of a launch from yesterday until Friday at midnight is the cutoff for the club for May. So when you sign up, that's just reserving your spot, reserving your shirt. We have sizes extra small all the way through 5X. And for $27 a month, you're getting the shirt delivered to your house. Shipping is included in the T-shirt of the Month Club. You're getting a verse, literally whichever verse goes along with that. It's coming in a photo frame. They're all different, but inside is the actual verse that goes along with the shirt for that month. Every one of the shirts for the T-shirt of the Month Club does have a verse to go with it. Not every one of the shirts in Consider the Fields does. We've been doing some extra ones. They don't always have a verse on them. We try to blend it into the design, for conversation piece, for inspiration, for a reminder. So if you're signing up for the club, you are getting a shirt that is going to have a verse on it. If that's a game changer or deal breaker for you, it's just something I felt like we're different, we stand out, and every month we're all looking at focusing on the same verse and the same lesson. It kind of all goes along together. And then in your email, you're going to get this downloadable, printable devotional. And it just has thoughts, my own thoughts on the verse. It's got an actual prayer we can pray together. It has an action where I'm challenging you. And even at the bottom, there's notes to write it down. So you can write your own thoughts about what that month theme means to you. And see where it takes you from there. And even the ones that I did so many months ahead and I had no idea, what was happening in the country at the time, what was happening in our family at the time. It just seemed like the verse was so fitting for what was happening in our life at the time. And that's how the T-shirt of the Month Club was born. So, if you're the kind of person that likes those holiday T-shirts, that likes, fun things coming in the mail, happy packages in the mail, I did make like a freebie download of 3 different ways that you could wear t-shirts, because I know a lot of people say, well, I'm not exactly a t-shirt person. I totally get that. I don't know that I was a t-shirt person even before COVID, and now I don't want to say what I am, because it's what I do now, but I figured out a bunch of different ways. Even though I feel like the whole culture has gotten more casual, there's a lot of ways we can dress it up. So right, it's really hot in here right now. You can do a sweater. Just put a sweater over your t-shirt. This was our September last year. Heather Clay, it's so pretty. And it says, "So will I," from Psalms. So if you just put those things with a bunch of earrings, these are 3-inch golds, you know, just regular, okay, words are hard right now, but I also even just put in studs for you. So if you're like a plain Jane and you're trying to figure out how to style your t-shirts, you could do it that way. Now, my mother has created this whole trend. By next week, I'll have another freebie printable download for you. She actually made us videos because she hates going live on camera. And I totally understand that, because I do hate it too, but I just do it because it's like the right thing to do, and I want to talk to you all, and I love you all. But she doesn't have to, except I tried to persuade her. She cannot stand the neck of her shirt. I think I'm going to risk her being angry with me. She can't pull my ear from like 500 miles away. So I may share her selfies with you all. She's stunning, first of all, and she makes simple, plain things look beautiful. And the first thing she does when she gets her t-shirt in the mail is cut the collar. And now she does this thing where she cuts the arms. She'll even fringe the bottom. So there's so many of you who say, like, you've got to cut the collar, you want to do your own thing, but you're scared. So she made me a couple videos. I'm gonna upload those for you and let you guys see how she does that. And I'm hoping this summer we can do a live together and cut some shirts for you live. And then if you even have questions while we're doing it, we can answer that too. So she makes them look so cool. So sorry if I'm constricting you. I don't cut mine. I just wear them the way that they are. I'll put my hair up with a bandana if I'm doing something fun or I have to cover my roots. I'll put them with a tank top so I can wear them with leggings and like cover the things that I need to. But there are so many ways that you can wear these. I did bring a few to show you today. I know y'all remember, because this was just last month. This is still in the store, like our Faith Over Fear tee, and something we did just a few months ago. We added our own brand, our own label. So there's our Faith Over Fear, and we use Psalms for that one. And it just so happened to be perfect timing, I guess, for so many of us. I got comments, and in January we started adding a few extra t-shirts for those of you who are like, oh, I totally wanted that one, but you weren't sure about the club, didn't know about the club, or just didn't love this shirt, or you know, weren't sure if you loved it. You don't like surprises, you like to see what it is. So we do list these online. They're very limited supply. I really don't buy a lot extra. And they're listed for $1 more, and if you spend $50 or more, you still get free shipping. Otherwise, shipping is on there unless you choose local pickup. And we still do local pickup at the Whole Bean, and we have it, you know, within a certain mile radius. We can just drop it off, bring it to your central location. So never feel bad about messaging or anything like that. So this is still in the store, Faith Over Fear. If you order this separately, you're not getting the verse and you're not getting the devotional. We did add a 1-year option though. If you choose the 1-year option and you go ahead and buy that, you're going to get the shirt that we just had listed immediately, as long as we have it in stock. And you would get the frame and the verse, and we'll send you that downloadable devotional as well. And you get 2 months free. So if you were to join once you saw that shirt and you're like, oh man, I love that shirt, I want the deal, I love the shirts I want in, it would be $270 one time, and that's 12 shirts for that whole year for you to be in the club. And then at 1 year, we'll reach out to you. Do you want to do that again? Do you want to join monthly? How you doing? And so that is an option now. If you're loving this one, you're wishing you had it, and you want that $1 plus the free shipping savings, that would be your best option on that. I'm going to fly through some of these because I wasn't sure what all to show you. And they're wrinkled because I pulled them out of my closet. How many of you remember that one? He left the 99 to rescue me. We ended up doing that one on a double order because so many people loved it afterwards. That one was from Matthew, and that was one of our favorites. We've got Simple Black. That was a good one. I Do Hard Things. I can't tell you how many of my friends took selfies of those. That was from the verse in Luke. To whom much is given, much is required. You know, how many times do we say, God, use me, use me, use me? And then we're complaining like, God, I feel so used, you know? And I just wanted to remind us that it's an honor to do hard things. Like, God trusts us to do hard things. If he calls us to hard places, it's because we're blessed. It's because he can trust us. Or try. Maybe we have to prove it to ourselves. You know, I know of my kids, I ask the one that I can trust to do the job. And I want to see myself like that with the Lord. You know, can he trust me to do hard things? And so that's where that one came from. To whom much is given, much is required. Here's our Superman Was Adopted. So this was a awesome color. You can't believe, like, everybody just looks good in all these colors. So I know as much as y'all like to control what you like to wear, I think being a part of the T-shirt of the Month Club pushes you to get out of your box. So Superman Was Adopted too, and that verse was Matthew, and I think it was, if you've done it to the least of these, you've done it to me. And there's a clip from Superman, the original cartoon, where the couple is driving down the road and they see this spaceship land and then the rocket ship crash, and it's baby Superman in there. And it's like, what if they didn't stop, and what if they didn't insist on taking care of that baby? You know, we'd be out of superheroes. And when you think of all the kids in our world that have a plan and a purpose, and they're just growing up by the wayside or being unseen or unloved, and they exit the foster care system with literally no one to help them. Like, what if somebody was there to make the difference? What if we did it for the least of these? So I truly believe everyone can do something. And if fostering, adopting is not your thing, no problem. Please don't do it if you are not called to do it. Please do not. But if you're feeling that tug in your heart, just take the first step. Just get a little dirty, get a little messy. Go find something out about what can you do? How can you help? We truly believe like everyone can do something. Could you just start by ordering dinner or making dinner for a family that has foster kids or adopted kids, hurt kids? I mean, however you want to look at it, going through a trauma, love heals trauma. So, I just encourage you, challenge you, we cold called social services, literally. That's how it started our journey, because I didn't know what the heck else to do, but I knew I had to do something. And that's where it started. And if you have any questions or you want to message me anytime, I will help you any way I can. We did a beautiful shirt for Esther for January. It was born for this, and this thing was so stunning. We did like a metallic rose gold on this. This is still in the store, super limited sizing. That was like when we were trying to decide if we should go ahead and, you know, add those in the store and maybe not be so exclusive, but to help you guys kind of join in when you wanted to. And this was our Christmas tidings of comfort and joy. Now my mom cut this so super cute. You could do this with pajama pants. I think my sister like tied it like in a smart way, and that was like the best Christmas pajama shirt. Because we knew we were going to be bumming around for days, and it was still like everything was shut down. We couldn't go anywhere, do anything. So having an extra cute t-shirt was like super bonus, and you know it was going to match all the holiday things. Again, that thing could go with jeans and a t-shirt. You could put a leather jacket with it and do the big fat earrings and totally dress it up. So it really is versatile in the ways that you can do things with your t-shirts. And even I have a lot of our older women that want to support us, and they'll take some of the ideas, but they might think it's not for me, even though I want to support the vision of what you guys are doing. And we have a build to, ship to option, so you can pay for it and then you can gift it to your daughter-in-law, to your daughter, to your niece, to your best friend or your sister that's out of state, but you know she would wear them, or you want her to be a part, or you want her to know you're thinking of her. And in that case, we can send you both the devotional, put you both on the email address, and you can just be a part that way. There's so many different ways you can help. It really is awesome. And so one of our other shirts that we had designed literally said, everyone can do something. And that one came from Deuteronomy. And it was just about how all the jobs, you know, all the portions, like you might think that you don't have a lot to give, and you might not. But, you know, when Jesus took 5 loaves and 2 fishes and he multiplied them to feed 5,000 men, 5,000, and their families. They didn't even count the women and the children in that chapter. And when you think you might not have a lot, and if you don't have $27 a month, that's fine too. Do me a favor and find someone in your life that needs a coffee. Send it to a foster mom. Send a text. I know in the darkest times when we would get a message from friends that were like, I can't imagine how hard this is for you, but I literally saw change in your kids' lives, or God really used you to speak to me. Something that was just encouraging, inspiring, something like that. So it doesn't even take money. But if you have money, I truly believe you should invest it in something. Don't give it all away with hot potato syndrome, but be intentional about what you do, because God is looking for people that just want to be a part, that are just listening to obey that still small voice. And even now I'm like, well, it's just a t-shirt. How can that possibly change the world? But I've had friends that did not know each other and literally ran into each other at TJ Maxx and said, hey, are you a part of Consider the Fields? Or I see my shirts out in public and I'm like, okay, people are here. They're trying, they're waking up. You know, this church's job to do social services. There never should have been. I mean, glad and thank God for social services, but you guys, it's our job to feed the hungry. It's our job to reach out to those that are hurting. It's our job to take care of the widows and the orphans. And what a better way to do that than grow things that help the community, grow programs that bring healing and hope and purpose. So here's my February shirt, because this was my tribute to Valentine's Day. Again, I love the holidays. So if you are a holiday shirt person, go ahead and sign yourself up, because you're going to be covered for, this was Valentine's Day, and this was the first time we used the tags and we literally put our logo on the inside. I was so stinking proud of that. And show love was 1 John 4:7. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. And I just feel that call. There's a few more in the store on these ones. If you do love the show love, you can see those. Those are called our club tees. So there's just a few, because one a month only comes out, and when they're gone, they're gone. They disappear off the website if they're gone. Which part are you yesing me, Sean? Like, are we preaching right now? Or are we showing t-shirts? Like, you like the verse or you like the t-shirt? I don't know. You love all the things. So I'm just grateful you're here. I'm grateful you guys are a part. But I am getting excited. I don't mean to preach today. I just meant to show t-shirts. But yeah, we're doing a little bit of both today. So I did do a little bit for Christmas. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays. And I knew with Thanksgiving, didn't really have anything for Thanksgiving, but maybe I'm working on that. Did we do a thankful something? I don't know. We're just always thankful. But I went ahead for November and sent these out, because you get your shirt about the middle of the month. We try to ship everything out by the 10th, but sometimes when the month ends a few days out, and then we can't get the order in, and then sometimes it can take up to 2 weeks depending on how busy they are, and then by the time our shipping goes, we really try to turn these around like next day packaging. I don't know how that will work as the club grows, but we even like to give like up to 5 days for shipping. So in my head, I'm always thinking, can it make it in time? Do we have to go a month early? So you kind of sort of got 2 Christmas shirts, but I'll tell you what, if you put a jean jacket or some kind of a coat over that thing, the purple and the gold comes through. So we definitely be wearing this thing like out of season. Let me show you what that looks like if you just put a leather coat with that. Sorry, I'm not trying it on because it's getting too hot up in here. But look at that. So if you cover over that simple leather jacket for the summer, and then look, you've got the purple and the silver coming through. All you have is a modern script. You can put a big fat pair of earrings with that thing. You can put your hair up. You can do jeans. If you never want to do jeans again, because I don't know why you would do jeans if you didn't have to. Plus Walmart makes leggings that look like jeans for like $4. So I'm not really sure why you would ever go back to jeans. But if you did, or if you do, or if you didn't put on any Christmas cookie weight or COVID weight or whatever you want to call it, and you still like your jeans, go for it. I admire you, and my hat is off to you. But for those of you that are into leggings and all the things, here you go. I've been tucking them into skirts. Again, like mom is cutting them, and so sometimes she'll even upsize and get a bigger size. You can always change your size just by emailing. You can cancel anytime. You guys just send me an email and say, can you pause it? Can you hold it off? I had one of my favorite friends, she had to message me around the holidays, and she said, we are trying so hard to give big, and in order to give big, we have to cut back right now. They're like Dave Ramsey, super hard. They just got Financial Peace University. I so admire that. I'm so grateful for people that can just hang in there and do what they can do. I mean, if it's a couple months, join us for a couple months. If your closet gets full and overwhelmed and you can't take any more t-shirts, no problem. We can cancel. Just give me a couple days, like 2 to 3 days notice. We do the best we can to cancel that. And you can pause it and resume anytime you want. So there's totally no pressure. I think I covered all the things. That was probably maybe too much, but I did promise I was going to show you 5 things, and I probably was going to blab about some of the extra life and all the things that go with it. So I do just want to encourage you today that everyone can do something, and that's why we do what we do. I knew I needed to be available for my kids. I knew I needed to be home. But I knew I needed something bigger and another goal to work for, and this both makes me available and it keeps me going. And I've had people say, like, I don't know how you do it with all the kids, and I just want to say, like, I need something outside of the house. I need something to keep me not always thinking about the trauma and the triggers and the laundry and the dinner plan. And it's all important, and every one of us is different, but that's why I do what I do. And so here's an invitation for every one of you. Between now and Friday, the cart is open. So literally, if you visit our website, considerthefields.com, and there is a tab right at the top that says T-shirt of the Month Club, or if you're shopping in the store, if you hit the shop tab, it's in there as an item, and it's only for these 5 days. So you're going to click that button and just sign up like a regular t-shirt, and it's going to be an automatic. Once you sign up, you're never going to have to do anything again. You can use PayPal, you can use a regular card, whichever you use, that'll be what happens every month moving forward. So you can just order it like a normal person until Friday at midnight. And then that secures your spot, that secures your order, and then we're shipping out and designing, well, we're going to design it, well, it's already designed, sorry. We're going to place the order. And then as soon as those shirts are done, we're packaging them and sending them up to you all wherever you are. And again, we have pickup at the Whole Bean. So if you need an excuse to go get coffee and pick up your t-shirt of the month, that is an option for a lot of you. And those of you that are far away and still support us from literally hundreds of miles away, we are so grateful. We have our TNT location right here in Glade Hill. You can pick up your shirt there too. So if you're just out in the outskirts and our neighbors are supporting us, you can pick that too. Just send me a message and say you want to switch there. And hopefully within this year, we're going to have a brick and mortar for Consider the Fields. And you can come in there, you can shop, and you can get your coffee and all the good things when you come to pick up your t-shirt of the month club every month. So that's all I have for you today, guys. Thank you for joining me for Tuesdays with Tara. I am looking forward to your comments, and I'm listening for your suggestions. And I really do hope and pray a lot of you would consider joining us this month. And I love to see that we're growing. I love to see that we keep going. If you want patriotic holiday shirt, a little spoiler alert, that's a little edgy, a little different, but still so awesome that you can wear all summer long and even past that. I highly encourage you to join us today, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Take care.